Oceanigot, Galielegeto, Kohik, Weblevens, Dawadon, Hia, Cherokee 4, Jalagina Gine, RSU TV, Gigananu, Go, Kohik, Tal Scotaline, Jalagia de Lo Quaste Gale. So today, it's so hard not to translate for you because I've done so many of them. So, but this is our 22nd lesson here on Cherokee 4. So if you're wanting to make sure that you're on the right lesson, that way you know. Okay? So again, we've been slogging our way through these classifying verbs. Hopefully, we've slowly been getting better at it, making more headway, making more progress. Hopefully, you have as well. Today, we're going to challenge ourselves a little bit more. Particularly with the word to have and the word give me, okay? Because I feel like those are very important, okay? And then we're going to look at another word, another classifying verb, which is to bring or to carry, which we were supposed to do last time, but we kind of ran out of time, and that's okay. We need to go at a pace that feels comfortable. So come. Okay, so what I've done here today is I've chosen some pictures for you. And then if you don't know what the words are, I've put them down below. And so then what I would like you to do is decide with this word, how would you say, give me? Of course, this is a bowl. So how would you say, give me a bowl, and he has a bowl? Okay? So give me the bowl, and he has the bowl. Okay? So if you don't know the word for bowl, it's right down here. Unawed. Unawed is a bowl. There are other words for different kinds of bowls. But this is the word I know for bowl, unawed. Maybe your community has a different word for it, and that's okay. All right? So how would you say, give me the bowl? Give me the bowl. I would probably say, unawed escansi. Unawed escansi, or unawed scansi. Unawed scansi. And how would you say, he has a bowl? Unawed uha. Unawed uha. Right? Okay? So there they are. The word for give it to me for a solid and has it for a solid. So scansi or escansi, and uha for has it. All right, so let's try the next one. What about this? Okay, of course, this is a goose. So goose in Cherokee, there the word is right underneath. Saw. Okay. Of course, that's a onomatopoeia. it's a word that emulates the sound, because of course a goose makes son, right? And so that's our word for goose. So how would you say, give me the goose, and he has a goose? Okay. So give me the goose. I would say saw. Skia kasi. He has a goose. Sa uwe ka. Right? Did you get those? Let's see. Est-ce qu'il y a cassé? Okay, and où est quand? Right? And those are the words for give me something alive and has something alive. Right? Okay, so let's try the next one. Here's this one is interesting. So this is a beer. Okay, there are a couple ways you can say it. So one of them is uwogitli, uwogitli. Okay, that's uwogitli is like foam. It's also the word for foam or froth. Okay, so obviously that's the uwogitli. But a lot of speakers, they just use the word aditost, and that's a drink, right? And we do that in English as well, right? When somebody's going drinking, right? They're typically in our mind they're drinking alcohol, even though that the word drink doesn't specifically indicate that. But aditost, or I'm gonna have a drink. That would be usually an alcoholic beverage, right? So aditost. So either way, in English, in Cherokee, it's the same way. So aditost, a drink, or you can say uwokitli. So I know the word for, I use the word aditost, but in the dictionary it's uwokitli. So some communities use that word, right? So, but I'll use aditost. So how would you say, give me the drink, or give me the beer, and he has a beer? Okay. So give me the beer. Aditost skinehasi, right? Give me the beer. He has a beer. It's been a little while since we've done halves. So aditost uno, I think. Uno. Ganene. See. Oh, and I forgot the gi off of, okay, so ditos ganene and skine hasi. So I forgot my own rule, right? Liquid tends to have the word ne in there, right? Skine hasi and ganene. Okay? So, let's try this one here. So, if you can't tell from the picture, these are chickens that are hanging there. So, how would you say, give me the chicken? And how would you say, he has a chicken? Okay, so if you already were like, well, these are dead chickens, so we can't use the word for a living chicken, you're absolutely correct. And if you didn't pick up on that, that's perfectly fine. But so for dead animals, we typically use the word for something that's flexible, right? We use the word for something that's flexible, okay? So jatog uliwaza is a dead chicken, right? Jatog uliwaza. So give me the dead chicken. If it were a live chicken, we would just say jatog eskia kasi, right? But because it's not, I would say jatog uliwaja skinasi, I believe. And then he has a dead chicken. would be uno, I think. Oh, I got that one right. Okay. Skinasi. Okay, Jatog uliwaja skinasi. Give me the dead chicken. And Jatog uliwaja uno. He has a dead chicken, right? Okay, what about this one here, suti? This is a fishing pole, suti, suti. There's another word, gatud, but gatud can also be a scale, so I don't, suti is the word for a fishing pole, suti. Okay, so how would you say, give me the fishing pole, and he has a fishing pole? Oh yeah, okay. I had to think about it. So, suti, skidisi, suti skidisi, I believe, and suti, suti uwaya, suti uwaya. Okay? Okay, so let's go back through again. Let's try those again, because I didn't get 100%. Did you get 100%? So if not, let's see if we can. All right? All right, so this is unawed. Give me the bowl. Okay? Unawed eskasi. He has a bowl. Unawed uha. Right? Okay? How about this one? A living goose. Sasa. Sasa. Give me the goose. Sasa eskia kasi. He has a goose. Sasa uweka. Right? Okay, aditost. So this is the liquid, aditost, a beer, a drink. Give me the beer, or give me the drink. Aditost, skinehasi. He has a beer. Aditos ganene. Ganene. Haha, that was the one I missed. I got it right this time. Okay, here's the tough one. Chicken, but the chicken is dead. So give me the dead chicken. Chitaguli water eskinasi. Chitaguli water eskinasi. He has a dead chicken. Chitaguli waja una, I think. Haha. And suti, give me the fishing pole. Suti eskidisi. Suti skidisi. And he has a fishing pole. Suti uwaya. Suti uwaya. Okay, so every now and then I will quiz ourselves, because we need to practice, right? So obviously for me, the word for having something liquid, ganene, is the one that I struggle with. Okay. So real quickly, we're not going to do a whole lot with this like we have in the past, but we are going to read through it. I gave my love a cherry that has no stone. I gave my love a chicken that has no bone. I gave my love a baby with no crying, and told my love a story that has no end. So Oginlik gitaya janela uktanun suya. Oginlik jatog giacanela kol nun suya. Oginlik usti nadloyiskan giacanela. Oginlik ginosela naskodiskan kanohedon. Okay, the next one, and again, I still can't seem to get it to transition. So the next one, how can there be a cherry that has no stone? How can there be a chicken that has no bone? How can there be a baby with no crying? How can you tell a story that has no end? Okay, and remember the word for how can is hilaele. Hilaele gitaya uktanusuya yik. Right? How can there be a chicken? Hilaele jitog that has no bone. Kol nusuya yiki. How can there be a baby with no crying? Okay. Hela eli usti nadlo yiskan yiki. How can you tell a story that has no end? Hela eli kanohed naskwadiskan yiki. Right? And then, of course, the last part of that is a cherry when it's blooming, it has no stone. A chicken when it's pipping, it has no bone. A baby when it's sleeping, there's no crying. And when I say I love you, it has no end. So, ukta nusuyan geson gitaya yajiluska. Okay, and the next one, Jatog uwej yiki kol nusuyan geson. A baby when it's sleeping, there is no crying. Yigatli usti tla yadlohi hon. And when I say I love you, it has no end. Naskutiskan geson. Naskutiskan geson. Yigano sela yigeyu gageyusa. Yigano sela gageyusa. Okay, that was a tongue twister for me. So gageyusa. Okay, and of course here once again is the word give it to me or give me it. Esquece for something solid. Esquiacese for something alive. Esquinehase for something liquid. Esquidisi for something long. And esquinasi for something flexible. Okay? So, once again, so how would we say, give me the squirrel, if the squirrel were living, right? Salol esquiacasi, right? Salol esquiacasi. And then how would you say he has a squirrel? Salol uweka. Now, what if the squirrel were dead? You went out hunting and you shot a squirrel. How would you say then? How would you say, give me the squirrel? Of course, in that case, you would say, Salol uliwoja eskinasi, right? Or you could just say, Salol eskinasi. And probably that would indicate that the squirrel were no longer alive. Now, how would you say he has a dead squirrel? Salol uli waja, uno, right? And then, what if we said, hand me the match? Okay, Ajil go tlud, Ajil go tlud, eskidisi. And then he has a match. Ajil go tlud uwaya. Okay, so hopefully each time we do that, hopefully that will get more easy for you. Okay, so we went over these words last time. However, we did it the other way. We did the English first, and then we did the Cherokee. So let's see if you can remember what these are. So the first one says, let's read through it together. Gadu uganost agahalud skasi or eskasi. Either way, Gadu uganost agahalud skasi. Okay, so Gadu uganost. What was that again? Do you remember? That's cake, right? Sweet bread, literally. Agahalud is a piece that's cut, right? Agahalud. Skasi. So that's hand it to me. So give me the piece of cake. This one. Ajil gotlud eskidisi. Okay. Ajil gotlud. Ajil gotlud is a match, right? Eskidisi. Hand it to me or give it to me. So give me the match. Ajil gotlud eskidisi. Okay, remember this one came from the Bible. Dini yotli diskiakasi. Okay. Dini yotli diskiakasi. Literally, that means children give me, but in the Bible, the English translation says give me sons, right? But here it's just give me children. Dini yotli diskiakasi. Okay, this one here. This says uwantna gasalayan skinasi. Skinasi. Uwantna. Uwantna. What is that again? Do you remember? That's wool. Uwantna. Gasalayan, coat, wool coat. Skinasi. Hand it to me. So give me the wool coat. Go'in. Skine hasi. Okay. Go'in. Skine hasi. Give me the oil or give me the grease, right? Go'in. Skine hasi. Okay. So if we were going to change these, again, I'm trying to go back to our earlier lessons. So if we were going to change this first one from give me a piece of cake to he has a piece of cake, right? He has a piece of cake. First of all, what word would we change? If you chose the word skasi, you're exactly correct. And what would we change it to? I think we would probably change it to uha, right? So it would become Gadu uganost agahalud ha, right? Gadu, uganost, agahalud, ha, right? So then the next one, give me a match. Again, how would we change that to he has a match? First, we got to find which word we need to change. If you chose skidisi, then you're correct. Agil gotlud, and we'll change skidisi to uwaya. Okay. And then diniotli, diskia kasi, give me children, to he has or she has children. Okay. That would be diniotli duweka. Okay, give me the wool coat. Uwant nakasalan skinasi. Then he has a wool coat. Uwant nakasalan. Una. Right? Uwant nakasalan. Una. And ko iskinehasi. He has, or give me the oil. How would we change that to he has oil or he has grease? Koi kane ne. Koi kane ne. Koi kane ne. Okay. Okay. Or gane, or une, depending on where you're from, and okay. So it can be gane, or ganene, or une. Okay. Again, it just depends on the community that you're from. So let's see where. Okay. Finally, we're to the new words. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to look through it on your own. And then we will go through it together. Okay, so this is to bring something and or to carry something, okay? So I'm bringing something is jihyoga. Jihyoga, I'm carrying something. Now, real quickly, I want to point something out to you. And this just about did my head in. So if we go and we look, and we go onto our trusty, online Cherokee dictionary, right, that we use sometimes. So if we look, the word for he's bringing something that's solid on the dictionary says gahyohi, huh? Okay, so ga hyo he or ga hyo, ga hyo. And so then whenever I would talk to the speakers, they were like, well, I would say a hyo ga instead of ga hyo he. And so I was like, okay, what is the difference there? And so the way it was explained to me is ji hyo ga, hi hyo ga, a hyo ga, ini hyo ga, osti hyo ga, idi hyo ga, oji hyo ga, sti hyo ga, iji hyo ga, ani hyo ga. That is you're in the process of bringing it, okay? So it's that ga is kind of a how do I explain? The ga is like a qualifying word that means right now. Okay, so jihyo ga means I'm bringing it right now. However, if you just say jihyo, that means I just brought it. Okay, I just completed the action. Jihyo, okay, or jihyo he, okay, jihyo he. That means I just brought it. I'm not in the process of doing it. I just completed that action. Okay, something that's called like the present perfect, right? All right, so we're going to talk about the word bring. Okay. And this is an interesting one to talk about. So we're going to talk. I'm going to tell you how the speakers told me to do it, and then we're going to talk about what it says in the dictionary and why that's different. Okay. So to bring something solid, or to hold it, or to carry it, that kind of thing. Jihyo-ga, I'm carrying it, or I'm bringing something. Okay. Hi-hyo-ga, ah-hyo-ga, ini-hyo-ga. Okay. Hi-hyo-ga, you're bringing it. Ah-hyo-ga, he or she's bringing it. Ini-hyo-ga, you and I are bringing it. Osti-hyo-ga, he and I are bringing it. Idi-hyo-ga, all of us are bringing it. Oji-hyo-ga, we're bringing it, but you are not. Sti-hyo-ga, the two of you are bringing it. Iji-hyo-ga, all of you are bringing it. Ani-hyo-ga. Okay? So this is how the speakers translated it for me. However, if we look at the dictionary, it says ahyo-hi-ha. Okay? And so, of course, a lot of times in spoken Cherokee, we leave that last ha off. So ahyo, ahyo-hi. Okay? So this kind of weirded me out a little bit. I was like, well, I don't understand why it's like this. So the way it was explained to me, like, jihyo-ga, that ga sound means right now. Okay, it places it in the immediate. Okay, which is why a lot of times when we give commands, there's that ga at the end, right? So I can't even think of a word right now, or a command, but what's a ga, right? Get in, right? That ga sound. That means get in right now. Okay. So what this literally means, jihyo-ga, means I'm bringing it. I'm in the process of bringing it right now. Jihyo or jihyo-hi means I just brought it. Okay, I just brought it. All right. So do you see the difference in that. So the action is just completed, but it's in Cherokee. It's not so far completed that it's in the past, right? So in English, I believe that's called the present perfect. And thank you, Ryan Mackey or Wade, for explaining that part of it. So you may hear it different ways depending on the context, and it just means the difference is just how it's perceived by the speaker. Okay, so if they're in the process of bringing it, they're probably going to put that ga at the end. Okay, if it's just been brought, then they'll probably leave that off. Okay, something alive. Chinogi, hinogi, kanogi, ininogi, ostinogi, idinogi, ojinogi, stinogi, ijinogi, aninogi. Right? Okay, so that's for something alive. Bringing something liquid, okay? You look at this, and of course we have this ne in there. So, okay? However, in most spoken Cherokee, the part is left out. So, jinje, hinje, ganje, ininje, ostinje, idinje, ojinje, stinje, ijinje, aninje. Okay? So, in spoken Cherokee, that in ne, jinne, je, just become jinje, jinje. Okay? So, and that's for carrying or bringing something that's liquid or holding something that's liquid. Okay, something that's long or has length to it. Okay, so jinogi, hinogi, ganogi, ininogi, ostinogi, idinogi, ojinogi, stinogi, ijinogi, aninogi. Okay? And then something flexible. Jinogi, hinogi, ganogi, ininogi, ostinogi, idinogi, ojinogi, stinogi, ijinogi, aninogi. Okay? So some of these in Cherokee are actually they're slightly different, and let's take a look at okay. So we talked about something solid, ahyohi, ahyogi, right? Or ahyoga, right? Then something flexible, ganogi, okay? Something liquid, ganche. Something alive, okay? Kani. However, whenever I spoke to the speakers about that word, they preferred this one, okay? Kanigi, kanogi. They preferred to do it that way, okay? So the only reason I'm telling you this is because if you're trying to go back through it and you're using the online dictionary, just be aware, that not always is it not always is it going to be how they use it in spoken Cherokee, right? Okay, so we can see to hold something long, ganeha, right? Gane, okay? Holding something liquid, ganje, okay? Holding something flexible, gane, gane, okay? Okay, uniya, okay, uniya, uniya. That's holding something alive in your hand. However, that can also be like caught it. That can also be like if you caught something. So, but when you think about it in English, those words are all related, right? To hold something, to carry something, to bring something. All of those words are very, very similar, right? So, so that's and they're also similar in Cherokee, but different speakers have different ways of doing it. So the way that I've put it on here is the way that I understand it from the speaker. So let me give you an example, okay? And maybe that will help. So, are you bringing an apple? Okay. Are you bringing an apple? Suktas, suktas, hihyoka. Okay, here, right here. Hihyoka, suktas, hihyoka. Okay. So, you know, how about he's bringing a beer, okay? He's bringing a beer. Aditost ganche. Okay, let's go back to, there we go. Okay, Aditos ganche, he's bringing a beer. Or it can be he's holding a beer, right? Aditos ganche. Okay, he's holding a beer, he's bringing a beer. Okay. Who is bringing the Bible or who is holding the Bible? Okay, who, Gog, Gahnoki, Gohwel Juhaged. Okay, so Gahnoki, okay. Gog, Gahnoki, Gohwel Juhaged. All right, so let's try. Let's see. Let's try this one. He's bringing a chicken, or he's holding a chicken, right? Chitag Katnogi. Chitag Katnogi. Okay? Chitag Katnogi. Okay? So, let's see. Let's try this one here, okay? You could say galokwe, gatnogi, okay? Galokwe gatnogi. He's bringing a gun. Galokwe gatnogi. Okay, galokwe gatnogi. All right, let's see. Let's see. No, that's not a good example. I'm trying to think of good examples for you. Um, so I'm bringing, I'm bringing a cake. How about that? I'm bringing a cake. Okay. Say, Gadu uganost jihyoga. Gadu uganost jihyoga. Okay. I'm bringing a cake. Gadu uganost jihyoga. Are you bringing a chocolate cake or a vanilla cake? Chocolatis vanilla ke gadu ganostis hihyog. So are you bringing a chocolate or a vanilla cake? Chocolatis vanilla ke gadu ganostis hihyog. Okay. So sometimes it takes me a little bit to get my brain into Cherokee mode, but once I get there, I get better. So, let's see. I'm bringing coffee. Coffee chinoje. Okay, coffee, jean, je. Coffee, jean, je. Coffee, jean, je. Okay, I'm bringing coffee. Coffee, jean, je. Okay, so, tall. Let's go here. Okay. Anyway, hopefully this doesn't confuse you too much. Just be aware that, just like in English we have, because they're such common words and they're related, we have different ways of saying things, and they mean slightly different things to different people. For example, I have a friend who's from Mississippi, and I have other friends from Arkansas, and they'll carry someone to the store. They say, well, I carried my mom to the store. That doesn't mean that they literally picked her up and carried her to the store. It means that, they took her to the store. But, and so in Cherokee, it's kind of the same. Depending on the speaker that you're speaking to, there are some different ways of talking about it. And whenever we come back next time, we'll try and come up with some more examples. I would like to try to find a story or something that would help illustrate this whole carry, bring, hold conundrum, right? So I'll try to do that for next time. So anyway, we're about out of time. So keep working at it. Keep going. Remember, give me and he has, very, very important. So remember, all of us here at RSU TV and Cherokee Nation, I just want to say wadon and Chadok Sauce.